Greetings to all the students. Today in class 5th we are going to learn with a new story. Before going to this story, I would like to ask you, have you ever felt impatient about anything? I am going to repeat once again. Have you ever felt impatient about anything? Being a 5th class children, I think you know patient and impatient. So have you ever felt impatient? Means without patience. Very small issue also get angry. Yes or no? If no, it's good. So being patient is always difficult. But remember, good things always come to those who wait. Means who have a lot of patience for their life. They will get good results. Okay, young minds. So in the society we see different sort of people. Some people have lot of patience, maximum people lot of impatient, and some people think otherwise, underestimate others' capabilities. They only know everything. They are the superiors. Especially we will see in our family members also. In our family members nowadays, very micro families we have. Once upon a time, whenever we have a huge families, one person can lead the family. Generally, father lead the family once upon a time, but nowadays mother and father both are leading the families. Anyway, so generally in our family members or in our classmates, friends, they feel they only know everything. They can do anything. Compared to them, no one match them. These are the feelings we have. So why I share these are all means today in this lesson, in this story, we have to find the same characters. So what is the story? Who are or who is he, and what are the other family members of the person? These are all we are going to touch in this lesson. Uncle Porger hangs a picture. Uncle Porger hangs a picture. Actually, this lesson or the story Uncle Porger hangs a picture is a full of comic sense, means comic scenes. Especially this writer also, Jerome K. Jerome, the writer of this lesson, Jerome K. Jerome. So in this lesson or in this story, we have seen shortcomings of a man who never tries to do the hard job. Generally, we have seen in our family members or in our society such people, or he or she, when he does any activity at home, he involves all the family members in the little act, or one or two members also. If they do any activity in the society, they involves all the members in the little act. Actually, that is good. Family, society was good, but some members in the house generally they never do any work. But if he or she does the activity, they involves remaining family members in the little act. So this is the main thing we will see in this. So the main characters in this Uncle Podger, he is the main character in this lesson. Okay, so remaining family members also, we have so many family members. We will see Aunt Podger. Actually, Aunt Podger have a name also, Maria. Aunt Maria or Aunt Podger, same character. And you will see Will character, WIL, Will, Tom, Jim, Mr. Googles. These are the different characters we have, but major character is Mr. Uncle Podger. Okay, remaining Aunt Maria or Aunt Podger, Tom, Jim, Will, these are all our supporting characters, but the whole story revolves around the character of Uncle Podger. So we are going to touch in this lesson. So first line itself only all of you understand. Uncle Podger hangs a picture. What is the picture? What he want to hangs? These are all we'll touch in this lesson. Uncle Podger hangs a picture. So once again, Podger is a noun form. Okay, Podger is a noun form. It's a name of a person. So don't get any confusion with this. What is the meaning of Podger? So coming to lesson, you never saw such a commotion up and down a house in all your life as when my Uncle Podger undertook to do a job. A picture would have come home from the frame marks and be standing in the dining room waiting to put up. And Aunt Podger would ask what was to be done with it. And Uncle Podger would say, "Oh, you leave that to me. Don't you, any of you, worry yourself about that. I will do all that." This is the first paragraph we have seen. So you never saw such a commotion. The first word you will feel the meaning. Commotion means a sudden, a short period of noise or confusion. Commotion means a sudden or short period of noise or confusion. The meaning of commotion. So simply you don't need to remember all that. Noise and confused activity, or noise, confusion, activity. Just you remember enough. So you never saw such a commotion up and down a house in all your life. My dear students, in your lifetime you never see this type of noisy, this type of confusion activity in your life as when my Uncle Podger undertook to do a job. What is the meaning of undertook? Means here accept, promise. So he promised or he accepted the work. Job means here the work. What is the work means? Just a picture hangs. A picture would have come from the frame makers and be standing in the dining room waiting to put up. So what happened means actually a photo frame, a picture frame. Frame makers means, I think you all of you know frame makers. These are the called frame. Okay, different types of frames in your house available. These are all frames only. So what happened means a picture or a frame makers, a picture would have come from the frame makers and standing in the dining room waiting to be put up. So for your clarity I kept here. So now the picture is here, it is waiting where, in which place, in which direction we have to put up or keep it. This is the work and this is the picture. Mr. Just for an understanding purpose, he is Mr. Uncle Podger, Aunt Podger, otherwise Maria, Aunt Maria, Uncle Podger. For understanding purpose, students, just for an understanding I am showing this picture. So there is a picture frame. This one has to be put up in one side of any side of according to his plan. So Aunt Podger would ask. Now Aunt Podger asked, what was to be done with it? And Uncle Podger would say, oh, you leave it that to me. Don't you and you of any of you worry yourself about that. I will do all that. So whenever Aunt Podger asked or Maria asked, so don't get confusion. In the middle you will get Maria. Maria means Aunt Porger, nothing but Maria. So in the middle you will get in the lesson middle you will get the name Aunt Porger. So don't get confusion. I am using Aunt Porger and Maria. So Maria or Aunt Porger asked what she asked. What was to be done with it? It refers to the picture frame. Okay. So what was to be done with it? Uncle Porger immediately replied, answered, oh, you leave me that. Means you leave that to me, and don't you or any of you worry yourself about that. I will do that. So leave it that one. I will do that task. Such a way, he said. And then he would take off his coat and begin. He would send the girl out for the 6 pence worth of nails, and then one of the boys after her to tell her what size to get, and from that he would gradually work down and start the whole house. So whenever he said, I will do this task, I will do all that, such a statement given by Mr. Uncle Podger. This person, whenever he gave statement and he did what he did, you see, immediately he would take off his coat. Means take off means what is? Remove. He removed the overcoat off and begin the work. He would send the girl. So I said already in this lesson we have seen so many family members. For your understanding, I am showing this picture. So he would accept the task to keep or the picture he wants to hang particular this wall. So then he ordered, he is giving suggestions or order to all the family members. What are the things he observed? See, first one, he sent a girl. So he would send the girl out for a 6 worth of nails. So 6 pence worth of nails. 6 pence worth of nails means, it is, see here my dear students, 6 pence worth of nails. You clearly concentrate here. W is silent. Okay, 6 pence worth of nails means 6 pennies. We call rupees, paisas, rupees, and everything. Like penny also coin. So 6 pence worth of nails. So 6 pennies, how much nails will come? That much nails. You go and buy it. You go and bring it. Like that he ordered a girl. And then one of the boys after had to tell her what size to get. He said only 6 pence worth of nails you bring it. Such a way he said, but he doesn't say what is the size, because as you all of you know, nails. I think, do you know nails means? Sorry. Yeah. So nails means these are, okay. These are the nails. Okay. Different type of nails we have seen. These are the nails remover. Generally we will find it in our houses and everything when we do anything. So nails means, so 6 penny worth of nails he ordered, but he doesn't say the size. Why size means, see here the size is different compared to this one. This one is longer compared to this one. Next one is longer, and this is the longest one among these. Am I right? So he doesn't say the size of the nails. That's why immediately he sent other boy also. Then one of the boys after had to tell her what size to get, and from that he would gradually work down and start the whole house. So first he endorsed the work to the girl, 6 penny worth. This one please, WORTH, worth is short form when we write in a story point of issue. Okay, it is short form, 6 pence worth of nails. So first he engaged the work to girl, then after the boy to say the size, and gradually every family member enter to start the work. In the whole members, every member in the house participate in the work. But he said first one, I will do all that. Actually he said I will do all that, but now everybody engaged in the same task. Now you go and get me hammer, Will. So again, Uncle Podger ordered Will. I said almost one more character, Will. So I said in the earlier only, you will see so many characters. First one is Uncle Podger, Aunt Podger, Maria, otherwise Will, Tom. These are all are different characters. Jim also you can find. So now you will see the other character, Will. So it's a character name, is a boy name. Now you go and get me my hammer, Will. He would shout, and you bring me the rule, Tom. So first he asked the hammer to Will, and one more what he asked rule to Tom. So one more character you will get it. So first one, Miss Uncle Podger asked to get his hammer. Hammer means you all have an idea. I no need to show. These are all called hammers. Different types of hammers we have. Okay. So first he ordered get his hammer. Then after what he asked hammer to Will. Then he asked to rule also. Rule means just for. Okay. These are the rules. What is rule? Scale, nothing but. Okay, he asked the rule. So, and you bring me the rule, Tom, and I shall want the step ladder, and I had better to have a kitchen chair too. And Jim, see one more character. And Jim, you run to the Mr. Goggles and tell him pass kind regards and hopes his legs better and will lend him the spirit level. And don't you go, Maria, because I shall want somebody to hold me the light. And when the girl comes back, she must go out again for a bit of picture card. And Tom, where is Tom? Tom, you come here. I shall want you to hand me up the picture. See, in this whole paragraph, line to line if you go will go right now, but major thing here you will find Will character, Tom character, Jim character, and Mr. Goggles is a neighbor. Okay, and a girl, actually initial only girl will stop. Okay, first he sent a girl to, okay, a girl. These are all family members of the uncle's Podger. So first initially he said, I will do all the work. I will do all that. This is the statement given by whom? Mr. Uncle Podger only. But now what he did, initially he asked hammer to Will. Then after he asked the rule to Tom. Then after step ladder. Step ladder means I think you all of you know. Am I right? Don't you know step ladder? Step ladder means this is the in this picture you will get in a clarity. This is step ladder. So ladder they have a little steps. Okay, they have to one by one they have to climb and they will which height they want to require in that place they will stand. Anyway, this is called step ladder. So he asked the step ladder and he have a kitchen chair also. Kitchen chair means this one in the picture it is available only kitchen chair too. And Jim, you run to Mr. So Jim is another one more character, one more boy in the house. So he engaged the work. What is the work? You run round to Mr. Goggles. So run round to means immediately go and come. Okay, and at the same time you go and come. What you have to bring? You have to lend him spirit level. What he so Mr. Jim, you run round to Mr. Goggles and tell him pass kind regards and hopes legs better and will he lend him his spirit level. So from Goggles house onwards, spirit level you have to bring. You will get the doubt what is the meaning of spirit level. It is also one type of tool used to test whether surface is level or smooth. So spirit level is one type of tool. Okay, it is one type of tool or apparatus. Through that what we have to do means we use it to be test whether surface is level or not. For that, so he doesn't have in his house, so he sent Mr. Jim to Goggles house, Mr. Goggles house or Google's house, not Google, sorry, Goggles house, and ask the spirit level. Once again, spirit level means it is a kit or a tool or it is an apparatus. Use it to test whether surface is level or not. At the same time, see, pass kind regards to and hopes his legs better. So in this particular line, what do you understand in this means? Particular what is the meaning of pass kind regards means he has a Uncle Spodger has a emotion of social concern. Generally his legs are not good or something happened to Mr. Goggles. So what he said means uncle as a emotion of a social concern. Here pass kind of regard means kindly pass my regards regarding what it is his legs better. So Uncle Mr. Goggles, he is suffering with little things. So Mr. Uncle Podger, as an emotion of a social concern, for that he said, you pass my regards. At the same time, you have to bring the spirit level from his home. Such a way he in Mr. Uncle Podger informed to Jim. And don't you go, Maria. I said, na, the character will come Maria, Maria. She is only. Aunt Podger, name is Maria. And don't you go, Maria, because I shall want somebody to hold the light. And when the girls came back, so first time he sent the girl to bring nails, 6 pen worth of nails. So she came back and she comes back. Immediately he sent again. She must go out again for the bit of picture card. One more word, picture card. It is nothing. Picture card is a simple word. Generally we have to, this is okay. Card means this one. What is the use of this picture card, sir? Means generally they have to hang like this. Okay, this is called picture card. That is, card means thread, you can say. Picture card means this one. I hope you understand. So for that particular purpose he sent the girl, this particular thread purpose or cord purpose, he sent the girl once again. And later immediately, and Tom, where is Tom? Tom, you come here, I shall want you to hand me up with the picture. Tom, you don't go anywhere. First he bring the rule purpose, am I right? So he came back, then immediately he said, Tom, you don't go anywhere, you have to hang, means you have to help me in the you have to help me up, or just hand me the picture in the particular place. Such a way he demanded or ordered to Tom, and then he would lift up the picture and drop it, and it would come out from the frame, and he would try to save the glass and cut himself, and then he would spring round the room looking for his handkerchief. So whenever he said, Tom, you come here, you to hand me up the picture. Whenever he is saying, just I want to help Mr. Tom, you will also hand me up, such whenever he said, by that time only unexpectedly the photo frame, the picture frame fell down. So what happened means, see, he would lift up the picture and drop it, and it would come out from the frame, and he would try to save the glass and cut himself, and then he would spring round the room looking for his handkerchief. So while he is hangs the picture, unexpectedly the frame fell down. The frame possesses a glass also, the glass is going to be fell. He wants to save the glass, but by that time only the glass, through his finger, actually he cut his finger. Okay, he cut himself because he want to save the glass of the photo frame, but unexpectedly with help through the because of that particular glass he cut himself. Then he would spring round the room. Spring round means what happened? So whenever the blood come out from the nail or from his fingers, immediately he jumped from that particular, means he jumped like anything and round the room looking for his handkerchief. He could not find his handkerchief because it was in the pocket of the coat. I said initially the first one is he would take off his coat, So what happened means he is searching for the handkerchief, but he would not find the handkerchief because it was in the pocket of the coat. Overcoat he has na, not this coat, no, one more overcoat is there. So in that coat he kept the handkerchief. That's why he could not find it, the handkerchief. Okay. He had taken off and he did not know where he had put the coat. All the house had to leave off looking for his tools and start looking for his coat while he would dance round hinder them. So whenever he got bleeding, so immediately he left all the tools, the hammer he left, and rule the everything he left some he left it. Only everybody is searching for especially for the handkerchief. Where is the handkerchief? It is actually in the pocket of the overcoat. But now these people are searching. What they are searching? They are searching for the handkerchief. So, and all the house had leave off looking for his tools and start looking for the coat while he would dance round hinder them. Hinder them means, so now it is make it difficult to do. Here make it difficult. Hinder means make it difficult for all the persons, because of that particular thing. What they want right now, they want to find out the coat. So for that everybody is searching for the coat. Doesn't anybody in the whole house know where my coat is? I never came across such a set in all my life. Upon my word, I don't, six of you, and you can't find a coat that I put down not 5 minutes ago. So now Mr. Uncle Podger say like anything. Doesn't anybody in the whole house know where my coat is? These many members you are all available. Doesn't anybody, at least one person also, don't you know where my coat is? I never came across such a set in all of my life, upon my word. So you no one take care about my words, and six of you, and you can't find a code that I put down not 5 minutes ago. Now we are all six members are there. Okay, now we are all more than six members. Don't you find just 5 minutes ago only I kept the code somewhere? Don't you find? Such a way he shouted like anything. Then he would get up and find that he had been sitting on it, and he would call out. So finally what happened? Then he would get up. Who get up? He only get up and find that he had been sitting on it. Who had been sitting on it? Mr. Uncle Podger only sitting on the overcoat. Then he, just for understanding purpose, I am showing my dear students. So Uncle Podger sit on his overcoat. Later he found and he stand up. Then he find out his overcoat is under his, means on the top where he is sitting, means on the top of the overcoat only he is sitting. So then he would get up and find that had been sitting on it. He would call out, "Oh, you can give it up. I have found it myself now. Might just as well as the cat to find anything as expect you people to find it." Oh my dears, now he called, whenever he observed, he call out. He called out all the family members. What he said, "You can give it up." Now we leave it that particular work. What is give it up means? It refers to coat. So you no need to search for the coat. I have found myself only. So you need not to worry. I myself only found the coat. And what he said, "Might just as well ask the cat to find anything as expect you people to find it." Meaning is, no one else seems to know anything be useful. The meaning of might just as well as the cat to find anything expect you people to find it means, according to Mr. Uncle Podger, his feeling is, you are all, no one else seems to know anything, no one seems to know anything or be useful. So you are all, the rest of the household has not been helpful in the locating his coat, and he does not have expected any better from them. This is so remaining all the people, he doesn't expect any good result from them. That is the meaning. Ask the cat to find. Don't ask what is the meaning. Ask the cat to find anything. Expect you people means the rest of the people who are in the live in the household things has not been helpful in locating his coat, and he does not have any expected any better from them. That is the underline meaning. And when half an hour had been spent in trying up his finger, and a new glass had been got, and the tools, and the ladder, and the chair, and the candle had been brought, and when an half an hour had been spent, so after he cut the nail unexpectedly, the frame fell down, the glass come out, so at that time he got little injured also. But even after half an hour, he had been spent in trying up his finger, and a new glass had been got. So already one glass is broken now, so he got one more new glass, and he tied his finger with handkerchief. And the tools, what are the tools means? First one, ladder means already I said na. Sorry, ladder means you have seen, sorry, okay, again, so he has seen the particular ladder. At the same time, what are the other things you want? The ladder and the chair and the candle had been brought. He would have another go. The whole family, including the girl in the charwoman, standing round in the semicircle. So now, okay, after a few minutes, he got again he got the glass, and now again they are remaining tools, ladder they want, chair they want, candle, everything they brought. He would have another go. Another go means here he would have another go means one more chance he took. So the whole family, including the girl, the charwoman. So the meaning of charwoman, nothing but what we call a lady or a girl, domestic servant who cleans the house. They are called charwoman. Like simply a servant you feel. Okay. So a domestic servant who cleans the house. That girl also standing round in a semicircle, ready to help them. So all the people are now what we call all the people they are ready. What they are ready, because see in this picture, otherwise you will clearly see, yeah. So now everybody is almost all the everybody in a arc shape, semicircle, everybody standing. That fellow, that fellow is going to hang the picture. Now remaining all the people are standing like a semicircle. Semicircle means half of the circle. So standing round in a semicircle, ready to help. Two people would have to hold the chair. I have shown this picture. Two persons hold the chair of the person. Uncle Podger where he stand. Two persons are hold the chair. Two people would have to hold the chair, and third would help him upon it, and hold him there, and fourth would hand him a nail, and fifth would pass him the hammer, and he would take a hold the nail and drop it. So these many persons, one person, two members are hold the table, one person give the hammer, another person give a nail and everything. By that time, what he did means he dropped the nail. Nail means already I have shown you. Am I right? Nail means, sorry, my dears. I have shown you. These are the called. So whenever everybody shows. Everybody hand over the hammer one person, nail one person, two persons hold everything. By that time only he dropped the nail. There he would say in an injured tone, now the nail's gone. So whenever one person hand out the nail, unexpectedly drop it from his hands, there he would say in injured tone. So there means that nail is there itself only. Find out like that he ordered in an injured tone, because already his nail is injured by the glass breaking. That's point of issue. With a injured, with a low tone, with a painful noise, pain voice, he said. There he would say in injured tone, now the nail's gone, and we would all have to go down on our knees and grovel for it. So what remaining all the people, whenever that fellow fell down, fell I shall drop the nail, sorry, not fell, drop the nail from his hand. Immediately remaining all the people are grovel. Grovel means nothing but creep. Grovel means nothing but creeping. Like I want to show you picture, you will understand like this. This man is standing here. These all people are searching. This is called a grovel. Grovel means nothing but crawl, otherwise creep. So just for understanding purpose I am showing. Okay, so this person simply standing on the chair and these people are crawling like a creeping, searching for the nail. So, and we would all have to go down on our knees and grovel for it, while he would stand on the chair and grunt. Grunt means make a low or short gutter sound. Hmm, hmm. How much time you are searching for a small nail? Such a way he is grunt. Grunt means make low, short gutter sound. Grunt means make low or short gutter sound. So wherever I have highlighted, please you have to note down the meanings also. So growl means what I said, crawl, and grunt means make low or short gutter sound. That is the meaning. So while he would stand on the chair and grunt, what want to know if he was to be keep there all the evening. What he said, William, with a low voice, Ray, how much time you are searching? Do you want to keep me all there in the evening? Total evening I have to stand here. Such a way, with a low voice, with a making sound, he said. The nail would be found at last, but by that time he would have lost the hammer. So finally, they are all searching for the nail. They found it. The nail would be found. Finally, they found it. But by that time only, Uncle Podger, he would have lost, means who would? Uncle Podger would have lost the hammer. Somewhere he left the hammer. Again, where is the hammer? What did I do with the hammer? Great heavens, 7 of you gaping round there, and you don't know what I did with the hammer. So when you observe in this whole story, all the mistakes are belongs to who is? Yes, Uncle Podger only. But he is shouting like anything. So where is the hammer? What did I do with the hammer? Great heavens! 7 of you gaping round there, and you don't know what I did with the hammer? Ray, 7 members, you are all there, you are all semicircling around me. So don't you know where what I am doing with the hammer? Where is the hammer? Such a way he ordered or questioned them. We would find the hammer for him, and then so finally remaining, they all again search and find the hammer and hand over him. And then he would have lost sight of the mark he had made on the wall where the nail was to go in. In each of us had to get up on the chairs beside him and see if he would find it, and we would each discover it in a different place. So finally, hammer they found, nail they found means, but by that time, whenever he is ready to keep the nail in that place, first he initially marked that mark he has, means some mark means a slight mark. When you keep the nail on wall, generally will keep a small mark, na? That mark he, because of his poor eyesight, he lost it. Then he would have lost sight of the mark he had made on the wall where the nail was to go in, and each of us had to get up on the chair. So what they did, so he is searching where the mark is. So reminding all the people, reminding all the family members, Tom, Jim, Will, these are all. Again, they take another benches, stools, and everything. They also stand on the bench and they are searching the other place where he kept the mark or a sign. Mark means in which place they want to keep the nail, that mark they are searching. So beside him is we and see if we could find it, and we would each discover it a different place. So one person, I think this one, I think that one, such a different places they found, and he would call all us all fools, and one after another, and tell us to get down. So finally, Uncle Podger only find out, and he said, "You all fools, you all of you, get down from the your stools or benches, because already I found it this one. So you are all fools, I am only the intelligent person. Such a way he would call us all fools one after another and tell us to get down. And he would take the rule and remeasure and find that he wanted half 31 and 3/8 inches from the corner, and would try to do in his head and go mad. And we would all try to do it in our heads and all arrives at a different result and sneer at one another. Please underline the means, if you want. Yeah, sneer at. So what happened first, meaning of sneer means mocking smile. So what happened means, so finally he found the mark, and now he took the rule means, I said already, a scale type of, am I right? In the initial one I have shown you. Okay, so he take a scale, rule means he take the rule means a scale type thing, and he measure it. He would take the rule and remeasure it. Okay, once again he take the measure, remeasure it, and find that he wanted half 31 and 3/8 inches from the corner. He would try to do in the head and go mad. So what he said means, he remeasured and he said, all of you remember, half 31 and 3/8 inches, such a way he said, and asked them to remember. And we would all try to do it in our heads and all arrive at different results and sneer at one another. I said sneer means what is? Mocking. So whenever we remeasure 31, half 31 and 3/8 inches, these are all counting time, they got different results. So finally everybody got a mocking smile. They look at each other, means reminding who are Tom, Jim, these are all Will, these are all there na. These all people are just they got a mocking smile. Okay, sneer at means mock smile. And in the general row, the original number would be forgotten. So everybody concentrate in 3/8 how much, 3/8 inches how much, 3/8 inches how much they count, but they forgot half 31. This is the first number. They forgot that one. So and the general row, the original number would be forgotten, and Uncle Podger would have to measure it again. Do you get understand? So once again, this is what happened. First, initially they said 31, half 31 and 3/8. Everybody concentrate on 3/8 inches, and everybody forgot about half 31. That's why once again, Uncle Podger how to measure it again. Once again he measured it. He would use a bit of string this time, and the critical moment when the old fool was leaning over the chair at an angle of 45 and trying to reach the point 3 inches beyond what was possible for him to reach, the string would slip and down he would side on the piano. He really fine musical effect being produced by the suddenness with his head and body struck all the notes of the time. So next time what he did, he took the string. String means I said, what I said string means chord, yarn, thread, whatever you feel it. So this time he took a string, a yarn. Otherwise, you can simply understand thread. Otherwise, twine. So many words are there. Cord, any word. So for your understanding, thread. So this time he bit a thread. This time he took a small thread. At the critical moment when the old fool, who is the old fool? Uncle Podger only, was leaning over the chair at a 45 and trying to 45 angle and trying to reach the point 3 inches beyond what was possible for to reach him, the string would slip. So one side you hold it, you want to take the distance, so almost 45 angle he diagonal, he touch, and finally the string fell down. At the same time he would fell down, or he would slide on the piano, a really musical effect being produced by suddenness with which he had and body struck all the notes at the same time. So when he want to touch the string of the other end of the string, finally he fell on the musical piano. So because he doesn't see the what we call the other end, so In the picture you will understand. So for understanding purpose I am showing, it is not by this is. So he fell on the piano. Okay. So he would slide on to the, here slide means slip. Okay, slide means slip. So he slide on the piano, slip on the piano, and all his body and head struck to the notes. Notes means, I think you all of you know, piano also has a some notes we have to find. Here we will press it. So he fell on the total body, head and everything. He fell on the piano. So it makes a new music. Everybody get little laugh. And Aunt Maria would say that she would not allow the children to stand around wasting that time. So immediately Aunt Maria got a little fear, at the same time angry about uncle's Podger work, but immediately she said she would not allow the children to stand around wasting their time. Arey, he fell down. Why do you hold the everything in such a way? She little what we get an angry and negative feeling on Uncle Podger. At last, Uncle Podger At last, Uncle Podger would get spot fixed again and put the point of the nail on it with his left hand and make the hammer in his right hand, and with the first blow he would smash the thumb and drop the hammer with a L on somebody's toes. So finally, Uncle Podger would get the spot fixed again. So he fell on the piano, again he woke up, at last finally he would get up and again fixed the spot and put the point of the nail on it with his left hand and take the hammer in the right hand, and with the first blow he would smash his thumb. So he fell on the piano, again he woke up and keep and everything. What happened next time? What he did means, simply he this way, just for an understanding, he smashed the thumb finger like this. For your understanding I am showing these pictures. Okay, so Podger was going to hammer a nail to the put the point of the nail on it with his left hand and take the hammer in his right hand, and with the first blow he would smash his thumb and drop the hammer with a L on somebody's toes. So whenever that fellow hit himself, immediately he fell down, the means he left the hammer from his hand and it is fell on the somebody toes, on somebody toes. He doesn't. So whenever he hits himself on thumb, he smash on his thumb, he hit himself on his thumb. So immediately what he did means, he left the hammer immediately from his hand on somebody's toes. Okay, he immediately threw it. That's why it also fell down on some other. And he L means here cry. Aunt Maria would mildly observe that next time Uncle Podger was going to hammer a nail to the wall, she hoped he would let her know in time so that she could make arrangements to go and spend a week with her mother while it was being done. So what she said means, so next time while this fellow did all these things, Aunt Maria mildly, M-I-L-D-L-Y, mildly means in a low tone, in a low voice, she said herself only, next time whenever Uncle Podger do this type of thing, okay, definitely I will go to my mother's house. She hoped he let her no time so that she could make arrangements to go and spend a week with her mother while it was being done. So such a way she got negative feeling on Mr. Uncle Podger, because how much mess he is doing. Totally everybody is busy and everybody involved in the same activity. So that's why what she feel means, so next time whenever he plans this type of nailing anything means, she wants to go and spend minimum 1 week with her mother, such a way She felt herself. Oh my, you women, you make such a fuss over everything. Uncle Podger would reply, pick, picking himself up. Why? I like doing a little job of this sort. So whenever she feels like that, so first one he himself only smashes them. Na, oh you woman, you make such a fuss over everything. So fuss over meaning is here the meaning is to handle with something in a over nervous way. Once again here I am repeating, to handle with something in a overly nervous way is called fuss over. Fuss over means to handle or to deal with something in overly nervous way is called. So, oh human, you make such a overly nervous way everything. Uncle Podger would reply, picking himself up, why I like doing a little job of this sort. And then he would have another try, and the second blow the nail would go clean through the plaster, and half the hammer after it, and Uncle Podger be precipitated. One more new word for you, sorry, precipitated. The meaning of precipitated is to throw violently or unwise speedy. That is the meaning. Precipitated. Okay? To precipitated against means to throw violently falling. So what happened means, and then he would have another try. So one more time after he smashed his thumb, again one more trail he did. He would have another try, and the second blow the nail would go clean through the plaster, and half the hammer after it, and Uncle Podger be precipitated against the wall with force nearly sufficient to flatten his nose. So almost very close to the wall, he unwisely speed to the throw or violently throw on the with a hammer. He give he give a stroke. Then we had to find the rule and the string again. A new hole was made, and about midnight the picture would be up very crooked and insecure. So finally, at any way, again he had find the rule and the string again, but again he kept a new hole. He kept a new hole. Almost about midnight, the picture would be crooked and insecure. The word meaning crooked means curve. Crooked means curved, curved, and insecure means unsafe. The wall of yards round, looking as if it had been smoothed down with a rack. So how it is available, how the wall is available means like this. This is called rack. So whenever he give more strokes with the hammer, almost like a rack means, yeah. Generally we use this type of rack in a garden tool. Okay, so like that, this is the meaning. The wall totally appears like this. Okay, the wall for yards round, looking as if it had been smoothed down with a rack, and everybody dead beat and wretched except the Uncle Podger. So by that time, everybody dead beat. Dead beat means completely exhausted. Dead beat means completely exhausted. And wretched, one more new word to you, very unhappy. Remaining all are completely exhausted and unhappy, but only except Uncle Podger. Because why they are unhappy means, because to hang a small picture, the whole family members from evening to almost midnight, he did all these things. That's why deadbeat. Once again, deadbeat means completely exhausted. So exhausted means they lost their energy. So completely exhausted and wretched. Wretched means, I said already, very unhappy, very sad or grim. They are other family members. But Uncle Podger means feel happy. There you are, he would say, stepping heavily off the chair on the charwoman's corns. So, and surveying the mess he had made the evident pride. So, charwoman means, I said, what is charwoman means? Servant. Charwoman cons. This is a new word for you. Cons means these are servants generally who are working very hard. If you observe their legs means this type of hard thickening thick skin is available. These are called cons. Okay, my dears. Okay, so charwoman's cons and surveying means the work of examining, and the mess means totally untidy disorder things they had made with evident pride. So understood obvious, delightful. So this while he is, especially I want to repeat these words, there you are. What there you are? Yeah, you refers to the picture. Yes, you are, you have to stay. And he said what you said, and he is surveying the mess. Surveying means he is examining the disorder what he did, but with a evident pride. Pride means fulfillment, delight, satisfaction. These are all will come. So with a lot of delight, with lot of fulfillment or satisfaction, and he clearly seen or clearly understood this particular thing, why some people would have had a man in to do a little thing like that. So this is the question directly. Lastly again, Mr. Jerome K. Jerome, who is the writer of this lesson, he asked the question, why some people would have had a man into a little thing like that. So if you observe the whole lesson, what is simply he wants to hang a picture. Am I right? So in that only we have seen all shortcomings of a man. So he never do any hard job. So we will see this type of. So finally, in the end, we can say Uncle Podger is a comic, absent-minded, and abusive character, and he is a protagonist in the story. Though he creates trouble in the family with his misdeeds, but he succeeds in his works. So uh, this is the story we have seen in the lesson, or in the story Uncle Podger hangs a picture. So at the end, Jerome K. Jerome asks a question also. Some people generally, if it is small thing also, they do totally mess like this. So this is the lesson. Uncle Podger hangs a picture. Now coming to grammar part, my dear students. So vocabulary part, already I think you heard in the fourth class, third class, synonyms. Synonym means same meaning. So here 4 words given to one prime word, we have to find out the synonym. First one, confess. Confess means accept, deny, admit, decide. So what is the similar meaning? Confess similar meaning is good. Admit. Next, careful. What is the same meaning? Out of reckless, delight, wonderful, cautious. Which word is the same relevant close meaning to careful? So careful, the one is cautious. Good. Next, real. What is the word? Anybody? Yes, real, genuine. And moist. Moist, nothing but damp. So these are the synonym for the words. And coming to grammar topic, in this lesson we have to touch apostrophe. So you have seen different so many types in English papers and novels reading time and everything. So apostrophe, a small thing, this is called apostrophe. Pronunciation apostrophe. Okay, it is a one type of punctuation mark. As you up to 5th class, you know, punctuation, different punctuation marks, full stop, you know, comma, you know, when we use comma, when we use full stop, when we use question mark, when we use exclamatory mark, these are all. But today in this topic we are going to touch apostrophe. So how do we use, and what is the how do we use, and what is the meaning point? So apostrophe is a form of punctuation. It has 2 functions. Means we can use apostrophe in two ways. The first one is for contractions. Contractions means short form. Take for example, do plus not, do not. Did plus means don't. Means do plus not, do not we pronounce, but short form is don't. Did plus not, didn't. Am I right? Shall plus not, shan't. Will plus not, won't. So this is the contraction form or the contraction form or short form. Time also we use this apostrophe. And second one is we can show possession. Okay, but in your book, okay, in your book what generally means we have to use first one is possessive case. So before you understand possessive case, first this one I want to explain. This is very easy to understand. So generally we use this apostrophe indicates omission or one or more letters from a word. Best example is do plus not, do not. Short form is don't. Did plus not, short form is didn't. So this type of contractions, short form time, we use this apostrophe. And second one is define possessive case. Again, nominative case, these are all I don't want to explain right now. Just you have to use apostrophe to show possession. Possession means belonging. So take for an example here, the meaning is given, example is given, the child toys, the child's toys. What is the meaning? Child's toys means the toys of child. Okay, so for your better understanding, we have good examples are there, then you can understand. The first one, the cart of peddler means the peddler's cart. Next one, the fortune of Silas Manier. So what is the answer? Silas Manier's fortune. The handle of the cup. What is the answer? The handle of the cup. The cup's handle. The bottom of the pit. Yes, the pit's bottom. The price of the dusk. The dusk's price. The sound of the girls. The girls. The sound of the girls. Girls sounds. And the apartment of Joneses. So Joneses apartment. The laugh of a child. A child's laugh. The nightmare of a girl. The girl's nightmare. So apostrophe, how do we use means it shows the belonging of. Okay, it shows the belonging. So just once again I'm repeat to bottom to top. The nightmare of the girl, how do we write? The girl's nightmare. The laugh of a child, how do we write? A child's laugh. The apartment of Joneses, how do you write? Joneses apartment. The sounds of the girls. The girls' sound. The price of the dusk. The dusk's price. The bottom of the pit. The pit's bottom. The handle of the cup. The cup's handle. This is the way apostrophe we have to use in a possession. To show possession, we have to use apostrophe. At the same time, omission of one or more letters for your understanding. Short form, contractions time also we use apostrophe. And coming to this is a simple thing, pronunciation, but little fun. Anybody just tongue twisters means tongue twisters. I think you already heard about these are all, but you try it once. Four furious friends fought for the phone. Four furious friends fought for the phone. Anybody can read, but you have to speak in a fast track. Four furious friends fought for the phone. Such a how much speed you can. I only one time everybody, but continues without any break. If you say, then the mistakes will come. Four furious friends fought for the phone. Tiny Tim Tucker tickled 2 tons of ticklish tigers till 10 on Tuesday. I saw Susie sitting in a shoe shine shop. Where she sits, she shines, and where she shines, she sits. The 33 thieves were thrilled with the thought that they would steal the throne throughout the Thursday. So these are the pronunciation tongue twisters once you practice. And next, my dear students, in a writing part of area, just you want to give or you want to organize a surprise birthday party to your mother, then at your home only, then what is your plan? Just you write it. So write about the steps you would take, organize it, think about the people you would invite, the decorations you would make, the food you would order. Also think of the things you would need to order and things you would be doing on the day of the party. Break your plans in several steps to write them down. So how do you, just you want to celebrate your mother party, you want to give a surprise. So at that time, your mother is just either she is a working woman, okay, just you feel it and write down. So before your mother comes from the office, you have to give a surprise about a party. Then how do you plan it? To whom you invite? What are the things are necessary to? What is the food you have to order? These are all just imagine it, keep on the paper, and just you write it. And the next one, listening thing. So listening, just it is an activity between two students, okay, two people. One is Sam, another one is Anil. Sam wants to go to post office and send parcel to cousin. He takes his friend Anil along. So it is a situation, okay. Sam and Anil both are friends. So Sam wants to go to post office. He want to send a parcel to his cousin. So Sam has one cousin. So he is somewhere to he want to send a parcel to him. Then he wants his takes his friend Anil also, okay. He wants to take Anil along. Then what is the dialogues conversation between these two characters? One is Anil and second one is Sam. A dialogue is a conversation between two people. Listen to your teacher and read the following dialogue and complete the missing parts. First one, Sam: hi Anil. You can hi Anil, how are you? You can say anything. Hi Anil, how are you? Anil: hello Sam. Sam: Anil, I am going to post office. I am going to the post office. Will you accompany me? Who asked this question? Sam. Anil: I am going to the post office. Will you accompany me? Then Anil: yes, I have never visited. I have never visited there before. How far is it? How far is it? It is just 200 yards away. You can say anything, Nana, there. It is not 200 yards only exactly you have to write. Just for conversation, you can use anything. Okay. 2 kilometers you can say. That is based on your understanding. It's not a big thing. So it is just 200 yards away. What work do you have there? What work do you have there? I have to dispatch this gift to my cousin. Because why I say gift or parcel, you can say I have to dispatch this parcel to my cousin. Wow, such a huge parcel. Yes, this is a birthday gift for him. I want my cousin to get this on time. The people working at the post office are very good. They will ensure that this reaches on time. See, in a flow I am saying I have to dispatch this parcel to my cousin. Wow, such a huge parcel. Yes, this is a birthday gift for him. I want my cousin to get this on time. The people working at the post office are very good. They will ensure, give a make sureness that it reaches on time. Thanks for taking me along. Otherwise, thanks for take me along. Both are accepted one. Thanks for taking me along. I am really excited to visit the post office for the first time. So this is the conversation. Next one, speaking. One more time first before you have to writing part about your mother's birthday. Now coming to speaking also. Narrate a strange encounter you have had on your way home to your classmates. Use the following details as clues. So if you have to you while you are going to home or while you are going to school or while you going to anywhere, you have seen a strange encounter. Strange means different one. First time happened in your life, first time you have seen such type of thing. The such thing you have to share with your classmates. Then what are the things you have to keep in mind means, first one, date and place. So on which date, on which day, or date, time, place, these are all very very important. And where it is happened, when it is happened, what happened actually, At that time, when the strange thing happened, what is your feeling, how you felt, what you learned from the encounter, means through that situation what you learned, and give your friend some advice on safety. So based on this, you can create anything, any story. Take for example, while you are going to house, you have seen a girl or a boy got an accident, otherwise they fell into the well, or any positive or negative, if anything, especially safety is given na? So some negative thing happened, you have seen, you are the eyewitness. So at that time, how you can respond from that, what you learned, these are all you can share with your classmates. So when you want to share any new experience with anybody, you have to keep in your mind when it is happened, where it is happened, the play, okay, and what happened actually, and through that thing what you felt and what you learned, and finally how you can advise to your friends. Such type of things keep in mind and plan it in a few sentences and speak in front of your classmates. And the last activity, write the words given below under the correct category. So 15 words are given. Okay, it is totally jumbling words, given a different jumbling, but you have three headings. The first one are sounds, second one is moments, third one is way of looking. So out of these 15 words, 1 2 3 4 5, if you count, 5 words comes under sounds, 5 words comes under moments, 5 words comes under way of looking. So if you know the meaning of these 15 words, then you can place it in which category which word comes. Take for example, for your area, maybe which word you know, you find it. Take for an example, I hope you all of you know roar. Okay, ball, pounds, glare, we will see. First one, it is easy word for us. What is the word? Roar. Yes. What is this one? It is a sound. Generally lions will roar. So this roar comes here, the sound. Okay, next take for an I think this is my feeling. Next, you know the word knee means horses will do. Horses make noise, na? That in they utter a sound, that is called knee. So these two are comes under sounds only. So such a way you have to find the meaning of the word and keep in a correct category. For that you take the help of the dictionary also, but from my end I will help you. So the roar also sound, and knee also sound, and ball, B-A-W-L, ball means actually to shout in a very loud voice. Ball means to shout in a very loud voice, to cry a loud voice we call bawl. So that is also comes under sound only. Next one you have to comes under the word is hoot. H-O-O-T. Hoot means generally owls hooted. O-W-L's owl. O-W-L owl is owl also make a low noise sound, that is called hoot. So how many words we got? Bawl, roar, hoot, neigh. Knee. One more word. One more word is squeal. Squeal also, just what is the meaning? A long high pitched cry or noise. So these all 5 words comes under sounds. Next one, moments we'll see. What are the moments? I think in these moments, which is the right word, I think leap means, am I right? Leap means generally leap. Leap means jump. Okay, so leap comes under moments. Actually, from first to we'll got pounce. Pounce also meaning. Pounce also comes under moments. Pounce means spring or swoop. Spring or swoop suddenly is called pounce. Spring or swoop suddenly is called pounce. And the second word is pad. Pad also comes under movements only. Means when someone pads somewhere, they walk there with the steps that are fairly quick, light, quiet. So with pads, if you are walking, there is no sound. That so it comes under movement only. So pounce, pad, and one more word is leap. already completed leap. And the next word is spy. This is also comes under moments. Spies means, secret agent. Yeah, spy. And the last word is already four words completed: pounce, pad, spy, leap. Last word is slither. Last word is slither. Slither means move smoothly over a surface. Slither means move smoothly over a surface. These five words are comes under movements. The rest of the words comes under way of looking. Take for example glare, 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 and next one stare. I think you all of you know the meaning. Stare means look fixedly. Next glance. Glance means hurried look. Next glimpse means a short view. A momentary view is called glimpse. And quiver. Quiver means, I hope you all of you know, tremble or shake. Quiver means tremble or shake. So the rest of the five words comes under way of looking. So this is the way we will enrich our vocabulary through this activity, sounds, movements, and ways of looking. At the same time, speaking activity also do, and listening, at the same time writing. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you.